Yeah, so
And just real quick, it's important to note, I just want to hammer this home again, and
Yeah.
content creators, please help me with this as well. You should not be buying a key to Alpha 2 if you're expecting to play a game.
yeah,
You should
don't
not
get first wave,
you
especially.
you especially
This is terrible messaging. Dude, I work in business. He stopped saying this. This is beyond dumb. Why? Because all of the marketing that you see right here is literally to buy game access. It's a key. It has an A for alpha on it. It says Alpha 2. Alpha 2 first wave item, $120. It is available until, you're able to get in the game. You are buying access to the game. This is completely incorrect messaging. This is not true at all. Like, this is actually completely backwards.
first wave. The great thing about us not having an NDA is that if you want to see the game's progress and not from a developer's perspective, you can see other people playing this game and you can see the progress of the game.
Yeah, but people want to play the game. And you're stating that you need testers. So putting the tester behind a $120 paywall, because this is interesting. I think this is why people are upset. Here it is. The Alpha 2 Roadmap Showcase. People were really upset about this. People were going crazy about this online. Scalability, starting dates. Here it is.
Hello and welcome everybody to our glorious Alpha 2 roadmap.
I think it's in the first section that people were really upset about, by the way.
Having a wonderful couple weeks. We get to see you a little earlier than normal. Normally it's a week, a full month that goes by. But of course, I'm your director of communications, Margaret Crone, and with me
Wait, where was
always
it? Yeah, you're probably right. Oh, here it is. Guys, I found it. Here's the discussion about price. All right, we're going to do it here. This is the real stuff. So I'm assuming this is what people were upset about. We'll find out. Let's see.
Packages.
Hold on, let's rewind a little bit so we can ease into it.
For those of you who didn't purchase Alpha 2 Access before,
yes,
this has been a thing that you guys keep asking us for. It's been something that we've been discussing internally.
We have got ticket after ticket after ticket. We have gotten a lot of commentary about this. I know that we have made statements in the past about how we're going to approach releasing that new keys. To be clear, these Alpha 2 access keys are just the keys. This is a significant departure
from what
historically we have done with regards to pre-order packages, having virtual currency, having playtime when the game launches, having multiple access and access to beta 1 and 2. These keys.
This was their live stream. Where's the chat? Oh, bro, people. Oh my God, people are pissed, bro. Some people are happy, but a lot of people are pissed. Oh man. Okay. All right.
These will just have access to Alpha 2, and they will have access to different phases of Alpha 2. It is extremely important.
Hold on. Let's read it. We'll be expanding our Alpha 2 capacity. Alpha 2 first wave. Alpha 2 first wave item for $120. There is no way I can afford this. Ah, shit. Available August 21st. Oh, man. I know the original Alpha keys costed like $200 or $250. That was the one I didn't even get access to be able to buy. These devs are crazy. Well, let's see what they say. Let's see what they say, Will. Games do not die before it starts. This is not the price of the game. This is the alpha, Hamshank. This is the alpha. This is for like I liken this to a supporter pack. Okay, this is basically like an early supporter pack. Pay my kids groceries for a week. I know. Hold on. I understand, but let's read it out. And then let's listen to what they say. Okay. So I'm gonna read it out first, and then we're gonna turn on the discussion for them to actually talk. Available for purchase Wednesday, August 21st. So this is literally 2 days from now at 11 a.m. Pacific. That's 2 p.m. my time, Eastern time. Purchase ends Friday, November 1st, 2024. Gain access by Friday, November 8th. Okay, so the original alpha buyers, they get in 2 weeks early. And so if I bought this, I would only get in on November 8th, which is whatever. That's fine. I don't even care about that. That's fine. And that's like basically what they want to do is make sure that the people who spent like the extra money to do the early alpha buying, alpha 2 buy-in, they get something out of it essentially. Beta access is probably $50, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, Alpha 2, the second wave. This is only for the second wave, which means November. Okay? If you get it, you have all three. Yeah, exactly. So this is like the second one onwards. This is November onwards. And it's $10 less. So this is $110 as opposed to $120. And it's purchase available at the same time, but the purchase ends later, closer to when it ends. And you gain access on December 20th. Okay, so you gain access a month and a half later. And then the third wave, that's for all the way May 2025, and that is $100. So essentially with the price, they're incentivizing you, being like, you could just spend the $20 more and get the early Alpha 2 wave, first wave thing. Okay.
It is extremely important.
Let's see.
To remember.
This is a very high price.
You are not purchasing access to a game. You are not purchasing access to an early access. You are purchasing access to testing Alpha 2.
This is like a Kickstarter supporter pack. Like I know Kickstarters. I followed some Kickstarters. I even paid for a couple of Kickstarters way early in Kickstarting before I was burned by so many Kickstarters way early on. Yeah, this is why people are upset. This is not the game. By the way, Hamshank, the game will be normal price, like $70, $60, something like that. They haven't decided what the price will be, but it's going to be a normal price game. The game itself will not be $100 or anything like that. Okay? And also, there is no pay to win in this game, period, full stop. Thought I included the game at release. Does it not?
So that is a very important aspect of these different items. Margaret, do you want to talk a little bit about how? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and we're keeping in mind the people who have purchased before as well. We know that our community has definitely expressed concern in regards to that.
See, the way I read what he said, Hamshank, was this is not purchasing like an actual game. This is just basically getting alpha access and being an alpha tester. As in, you support the game enough that you are essentially willing to be and put money where your mouth is to be an alpha tester. That's how Kickstarters work. That's literally how Kickstarters work. That's how Path of Exile doesn't say it this way, but that's kind of how Path of Exile works in terms of they give a priority system for the keys to people that have given a lot of money to the game and bought a lot of shit in Path of Exile. So if you bought more shit in Path of Exile, you are more likely to get a beta access and an alpha access to Path of Exile 2. That is how they do it in that game as well. But they don't allow you to buy your access into Path of Exile 2. This is the difference here. So I'm just relating how I know other games work.
Please everybody. Steven and I have said that many times to ourselves. We're like we're trying to be as fair as possible as we can be. But how this is going to work is all three of these keys will be available to you on Wednesday, August 21st, 2024 at 11
Let's see the
description. Going to be next Wednesday. So for those of you who are with us watching this live on Friday, that is when that is going to take place.
Okay.
Each of these will end at a certain date or until supplies last. So we will have a number that we are looking at internally in order to make sure that we can service those users, have the capacity.
By the way, I can tell you as a small content creator, I've not gotten a beta key or alpha key or anything of this nature from this company at all. I have no skin in this game in terms of, sponsorship or anything like that. So I'm giving you my fully open and real review of the situation. And I can also tell you, I literally cannot afford $120 for this. As much as I'm super excited about this game, I cannot get alpha access to this game at this price point. No shot. I cannot afford this right now.
In order to make sure that we can service those users, have the capacity in order to make sure you have a good experience in alpha 2. But if we hit those supplies, then we will
get Corey the
let you know in
alpha.
advance, like, hey, we're going to start taking this down at this date. If it is before that date, but we're hoping that we won't have to do that, and it should end around the time lots that are there that you can see on the screen here. And then so
and just real quick, it's important to note, I just want to hammer this home again, and content creators, please help me with this as well. You should not be buying a key to Alpha 2 if you're expecting to play a game.
Yeah, don't get first wave, especially.
This is terrible messaging. Dude, I work in business. He fucked up saying this. This is beyond dumb. Why? Because all of the marketing that you see right here is literally to buy game access. It's a key. It has an A for alpha on it. It says Alpha 2. Alpha 2 first wave item, $120. It is available until, you're able to get in the game. You are buying access to the game. This is completely incorrect messaging. This is not true at all. Like, this is actually completely backwards.
Actually, first wave. The great thing about us not having an NDA is that if you want to see the game's progress and not from a developer's perspective, you can see other people playing this game and you can see the progress of the game.
Yeah, but people want to play the game. And you're stating that you need testers. So putting the tester behind a $120 paywall, they're going to get sued? They're not going to get sued. They can do whatever they want with this game, Hamshang. This is not predatory. This is scummy, the way they're doing this and the way they're messaging this. This is incorrect messaging. However, scam MMO? No, it's not that. However, I will say one thing. Actually, you know what? Let's let them talk and then we'll continue. I want to see if they continue with this messaging or what. Because this is interesting. I think this is why people are upset.
You are not going to miss out on anything if you do not participate in Alpha 2.
That is not true. You're going to miss out on being able to play the Alpha 2. This is the farthest along this extremely exciting game has gotten. They bait you with FOMO? This is FOMO. Yes. This is 100% FOMO. This is FOMO on purpose. This is absolutely FOMO. And the FOMO nature of this is scummy. To be fair, D26 Vex, this is the exact same issue with FOMO and Kickstarters as well. This is exactly the same as how Kickstarters work. This is why I don't use Kickstarters anymore. This is why I don't go to any Kickstarter page anymore. Sometimes I'll cover the information on it, but I don't actually pay money to any Kickstarter anymore for this exact reason. Every Kickstarter also has the same exact version of FOMO, but it is FOMO. You're absolutely right. 100% correct. This is FOMO.
You're going to be able to see other people playing the game. Persistence doesn't carry over into the live launch of the game.
This is true. This is 100% true. Persistence does not carry over. Do not expect it to. Your character's going to get wiped constantly. This section right here is proper. This is true.
It's going to be a brand new, fresh start when it comes to the launch of the of Ashes of Creation. So there's nothing that you're missing out on if you do not participate in Alpha 2.
Again, he needs to leave that sentence out. And also, dude, I know Steven Sharif's background. I've covered this game for about a year now, okay? And Steven Sharif works in business. He's a multi-millionaire, and he put millions of dollars of his own money into the creation of Ashes of Creation because he's passionate about MMOs. But he got that from working in business. He's not a dumb guy. He might be misspeaking here, but he is definitely fucking up his messaging here. I'm just going to call a spade a spade. This is straight up. This is the worst messaging possible.
We are releasing these A2 keys because 2 reasons.
Mm-hmm.
1, we need additional testers as we move forward in these phases. And why do we need that?
If you need additional testers, you don't put it under a $120 paywall. Straight up. You do not do that. If you want testers, there are ways to hire testers. And if you want testers, you don't have them buy in for $120. So these two things are completely diametrically opposed to each other. Come on, be honest. You just wanted to make more money so you could make your money you invested back. No, I think here's what it is. I would actually have much more respect because the reality is MMOs are expensive, okay? So there's no doubt in my mind they're probably feeling a little bit of the squeeze. And they've been selling cosmetics and stuff and the game doesn't even exist yet, okay? And that's fine. People are choosing to buy those cosmetics with no in-game power whatsoever just for, wanting to support the game and getting something out of it, okay? However, I think what they should do, so what proper messaging would be, is saying, guys, it's a bad economy. We are in a borderline recession. We need to help continue to propel this game forward because we're only in Alpha 2 and Alpha 2 will be going on until 2025. This game ain't coming out until at least 2027, 2028 at best, okay? Even if the alpha is like extremely complete and stuff, as a a lot of game mechanics are in it and stuff, they're still going to be having beta testing afterwards. So that's what, like another year, another 2 years? So the game's not actually coming out until 2027. So they're not going to have like a real return on investment or anything like that until 2027. So if Steven Sharif, I've seen developers do this before, and I felt, respect for them for doing so. If he came to the audience and said, guys, we are putting this price point because this will help fund the game going forward. And this is the reality of the situation. And if you can't afford it, I understand. This is early alpha, but that's what the reality is. This needs to help fund the game going forward. Because, okay, so let's just say 10,000 people every region. 10,000 people, what is it, 5 regions, 50,000 people, $120. That is, hold on, let me pull out a calculator so I don't mess up this mental math. Oops, sorry. Oh, 5,000, 600,000. So they're looking at least like across all the regions, if they filled up the 10,000 concurrent player mark, they're looking at like $15 million for selling all of these keys. By the way, guys. And that number probably will go up depending on how large the third wave especially will be when it's like, the May 21st alpha and stuff. So that means that this is helping fuel the game for like to the tune of about 20, 25, maybe even $1 million. If he said that, I genuinely think everyone would not be as upset. Every time you are completely sincere with your audience and you say it how it is, including the harsher realities, I think it is only always a positive. I genuinely think that. What do you guys think? If Steven Sharif said, hey, this is the biggest MMO ever made. Guys, this shit's expensive. That's why this is priced the way it is. This is helping funding the future of this game. Would you guys be happier or less happy? Just type into chat yes or no. Yes is you'd be okay with that. No is not okay. Let me know. No? Okay. That's fair. I'm a yes. You'd be happier? Okay, yeah. I'm not saying happy enough to buy it. I'm just saying you'd understand where he's coming from. That's what I mean. By the way. You'd be all right with that? Yeah. Oculation, what about you? Vex, what about you? Oh, maybe? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not saying that this is going to make you want to buy the game or access, but you'll understand why this is priced the way it is. That's what I'm saying. Because that's what the reality is. He's not saying it, and that's the issue. Okay, Hamshank says yes. So we have 4 yeses and 0 no's so far. Or, well, I mean, existential is a maybe, but I think you understand my point. Pushing the cost on the player with only FOMO as a carrot is scummy. If this is the reality of the game and the game cannot be developed without money, it's not really scummy if he's being honest about it. The scumminess comes from not being honest. The scumminess is coming from having this entire thing be a key. It's obviously a key, and they're trying to, rationalize it right, left, and sideways, saying you're not buying game time. You're not buying this. You're not buying the ability to play the game. You are. Like that. That's the scummy part, existential. That's my point. The problem here is not the fact that it's costing this. The fact of the matter is, frankly, they probably need it to cost this. I don't know their financials, but I know that they do not have any sponsors. They're not backed by any publicly traded company or anything of that nature, which is why they can afford to not have pay to win in the game. They can afford to not have, idiocy from Sony or PSN Network or all kinds of other dog shit that is in every fucking MMO. None of that is in this game. And they're very proud of that, and I understand that. However, that means they have none of the positives from that in terms of money, in terms of backing, in terms of the ability to be able to fuel the development costs and stuff for a fucking absolutely ginormous MMO. If they need this, then create a Kickstarter. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Existential. That is my exact point. The problem is messaging. That's exactly my point. The problem is they're not being completely honest here. That's exactly what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying. A stake sponsorship? Yeah. Join kick.com.
Because ultimately what happens in every MMORPG is you have some sect of retention within cohorts. And that retention...
How many keys do they sell and pre-purchase cosmetic? We don't have a number. I don't think we have a number. If you guys are watching this video, you guys have a number, let me know in the comments below. And also, by the way, this question that I asked in my chat, well, because I'm doing this live on Twitch, is for you guys in the comments as well. If you're watching this video, this discussion about messaging, because I like I said, I work in business. I can read between the lines. I know why this is costing the way it is. I know why. This is akin to a Kickstarter. This is akin to a Kickstarter. This is actually further my point. However, they're not saying that. That's what I think the major issue is. That's why I think people are upset.
Is always going to be at
stake is illegal gambling. I know what it is. Yeah,
from your starting user cohort.
Stake is the backer for Kick.com, and that's why the Kick website, which is the competitor to Twitch, has massive gambling on the website directed towards children. That's exactly why, and that's why I'm never on that site. I will never be on Kick. That's exactly why.
So it's important to keep in mind that as phase 1 goes through, and as phase 2 goes through, and as phase 3 goes through, we will be introducing new users and new testers who do want to participate in testing an alpha, not looking at it from a gameplay being a fun and completed game perspective, but who want to help shape the form of what Ashes of Creep.
While this is true, again, if he wanted to say this, it shouldn't be in the shape of a key with FOMO, with literally alpha and ashes as an A. Everything in your eyes is directing you and telling you, buy this key for early alpha access so you can play our game. And test it, sure, but it's to buy game access.
Intends to be by offering
that's
good
the problem
and actionable
here.
feedback, by creating bug reports for us, by crashing and being a test dummy for us, right? Those are elements of why a person who wants to participate might be encouraged to then purchase a key, not because they're purchasing access to early access.
I also want to make a clarification. If you purchase first wave, you get access
to been on the internet very long.
2 starting on that date, and you get second. You're gonna play Alpha 2 for the rest of Alpha.
Dude, he played original UO Existential. He played all of the OGs. He's seen the rise and fall of all of the MMOs. He's an MMO head. That's why he put, I think the report was $6 million of his own dollars into the game. So see, the reason I'm saying this is because I know Steven Sharif knows better. That's why I'm being particularly harsh here towards his messaging, towards the fact that, he knows what this means. He really does know.
Too. If you get second wave, you're going to have that date you start, and you get to play all the way to. You don't have to buy all 3 keys. That is not how it works. Just buy one key, and you get access to Alpha 2.
That's
so
correct.
That is how it works. I just want to make that very clear. You don't
Okay,
buy
so buying this will give you access to this and this. Buying this will give you access to this and this. Yeah.
all three. You just buy one, and then you get access from that date to the end of.
That's
Alpha
basic.
2.
We already know that lady.
That's correct. Yep.
Also, by the way, she does a pretty good job with most of like the discussions and stuff, but she's doing a terrible job here. Like, this is her job. Steven Sharif, he's just the CEO of the company. He's overseeing the entire game and so on and so forth. And he's like, the passion and the money behind it, or like a big part of the money behind it. But this entire messaging, this entire issue of the messaging that I'm talking about, this is her job. Like, she is massively at fault here as well. She's a cosplayer. Is she a cosplayer? No, she's worked at the company since the beginning. Every single time I've watched an Ashes of Creation video, she's been the marketing director and like, I think community director, marketer, something like that for this game. And this has been her role for every single video.
You do not get access to beta. This is only
For
Alpha 2
communication.
access.
Maybe communication director, something like that.
If you want beta, we will maybe be offering another option for a beta in the future. But right
Wait, this is not for beta. So this is just alpha. I mean, I knew this wasn't buying the game, but you would have to rebuy the actual beta access as well? Bro. Okay, that's just dumb, bro. That's just dumb, bro. Holy shit. Will the Flute Boy says, from the original Kickstarter for this game, they raised over 3.6 million back in 2016. Yeah, that was way, way back. Yeah, exactly. On top of the money they invested themselves, on top of the access they then cosmetic purchase. Yeah, exactly. Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't realize that. See, okay. I thought this was like all of the pre-game phase. I knew this didn't have like the actual game included. I mean, that sucks, but that makes sense. But this is like, okay.
now, we're
Not
focused
even
on
beta
Alpha 2
access.
at the moment. We won't be bringing back pre-order packs. We've already said that before. So it will just be in the future. If we do decide to increase the amount of people in beta 1 or beta 2,
Okay.
it would be similar to this in the sense that it will be a key that you purchase.
Like I said, I expected no game existential, but having this not having beta access, that's crazy. That's crazy,
just
dude.
that access. And it's not a code key.
But this is why
It's
we're
just
watching
access.
this. We're getting the real
access to
information
it.
as it
You're
comes,
not getting
guys.
a code or a key that you're giving out to
And this video is from
And
today.
as Margaret said at the beginning,
So all this info is
we
fresh.
Fully understood and expected that this is going to be the spiciest of topics when it comes to access to the game, right?
Brother, if you thought this was going to be spicy, you should have explained it better, man. Just tell people you need money to continue developing the game. And this will raise, all told, at least 10 to 20, depending on, I don't know what numbers they're looking at in terms of people. But, my estimate, fly on the wall, reading between the lines, $15 to $20 million, which will help fund the game all throughout the alpha, all throughout the beta, all the way to the launch. Just fucking say it, dude.
And there's not going to be a price that's going to please everybody. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And with regards to the two objectives that releasing
That's
the
true.
additional keys provides, the first one again was providing the testers that we need in order to shape the game the right way.
Okay.
The second is there are a lot of people who want to participate that didn't know about Ashes of Creation 6 months ago. That didn't know about Ashes of Creation.
Yeah,
4
that's
months
basically
ago,
me.
that are learning about Ashes of Creation today.
That may
Right,
learn about
and
Ashes of Creation.
Me a year ago, but still.
Tomorrow, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So we need to have avenues for those audiences to access the game.
By the time I had learned about the game and decided I wanted to try it and maybe even try to get into alpha and stuff, all the original alpha pre-orders, whatever, those were all gone.
And what we've done here is we've approached
A month later, they shut
taking
down the
a
phase
look
and start the
at
next phase?
The value of alpha.
I mean, you'll have the
access
entire
within the
phase.
previous packages that we've offered.
So, like, if you buy it in November 8th, you have access all the way through every single phase of the alpha. But it's only the alpha, not beta.
relates to the other components of those
So that you
packages,
have.
the game time,
Yes.
the virtual currency
We just covered this, brother. Yes, I can promise you that.
for the cosmetics,
Trust
the
me.
cosmetics themselves and
packages
their
were a deal.
value.
They explained
Right,
that in great
so
detail.
comparatively, like I would
Good
ask
morning,
that some
Alex.
of the
How you
content
doing?
creators also help to articulate and enumerate what the value proposition is between those.
So, Will, if you buy the Alpha 2 first wave key, it said it multiple times, it said only access to phase 2 of the alpha. Yeah, no. So they're not going. So this you're getting things mixed up. Alpha 1 happened. What is it, like years ago now? Okay, that's one thing. And it's the link. I got you, Lemonitis. Thank you for telling me. This is Alpha 2. This Alpha 2 entire thing goes off. No, I know. I'm explaining because I think you're confused. So give me a moment, Will. Give me a moment, all right? So if you buy this golden key for $120, you will have access for the entire Alpha 2 from Friday, November 8th, all the way to whenever this one from May 1st, 2025 ends. So what is it? June, July, August, September, whenever the fuck this open, this super large third wave of the Alpha 2 ends. They don't have an end date that I've seen so far, but this key lasts that entire time. This silver key lasts from December 20th all the way to the end of whatever this third wave is. Now, this is complicated, so that's why I'm explaining it. Alpha 2 third wave key, this bronze one for $100, that's just May until whenever it ends, August, September, whatever it is of 2025. That's what it is. What you don't have access to is the beta, which is not the alpha. The beta is a completely different section, which might be all the way in 2026, maybe 2027. Who knows? And then also the game itself. You don't have to buy all 3 keys. Correct. That's what I'm trying to focus on. Exactly. If you want to play from November 8th through December 20th and all the way to May 1st, you do not have to buy the gold, silver, and bronze keys. If you buy this golden one, you get access to all of them. If you buy the silver one, you get access to all silver and all the bronze timing. That's what I'm saying, Will. That's what I'm saying. And this is, I think, it doesn't seem like they're going to have an Alpha 3. This is just the second Alpha, and then they're going to move on to betas. At least that's what their plan was before. And I've covered this game a significant amount. That's why I'm explaining this to you. And I don't want anyone to be confused. Ding them on what they should be dinged with. If you're talking about the testing thing that I read earlier, well, I completely agree with you. They shouldn't have this, terrible messaging where they're like, hey, we want as many tests as possible, but we're putting it behind a $120 paywall. Yeah, it's definitely confusing due to the wordings of phase, waves, and so on and so forth. Exactly. But ding them on what they should be dinged on, not on, things that are incorrect. That's what I'm saying. This is the facts.
When we think about that from a comparative standpoint.
The other thing to note here is that we haven't provided an end date for Alpha 2. I think people are asking about that and want iteration on it, but we'll end Alpha 2 when we feel it's ready. So
an estimation,
sure, as you saw in that phase 3 slide, there are some.
They should give an estimation. We expect it to last until September of 2025, something like that. They need to know that. They need to at least say that.
Things that we want to ensure that we make sure that we get.
Exactly.
There's some additional features and systems that we'd also like to get in there.
Alpha 1 was $500. Yeah, no, I know it was. I mean, like I said, dude, it's like another form of Kickstarter, D26X. That's exactly what it was. That is exactly what it was. And the interesting part is everyone who played Alpha 1 was super fucking excited about the game. And, no one is happy about paying $500, but they knew what they were getting into, and that's fine. That's the thing. Do we know how many people bought into Alpha 1? A lot of them. Thousands of people. Now, how many thousands? I don't know, but thousands of people.
For Alpha 2 that are not listed on that page.
It wasn't hundreds, it was thousands.
We will kind of extend that Alpha 2.
There's a lot of footage of Alpha 1 online.
Necessary. So you will get a good chunk of time to play the game and test it.
It was like 5 years ago, 4 years ago.
And there you'll be playing
something
more
like
of the game. For the beginning, it's going to be very much like Steven said. You're not really playing a game, you're testing
way
it.
Before I knew about it.
And it's going to be, a lot more basic systems versus as we get later in the phases, you'll see more of those intricacies come online.
And so I know the next section that we have is the AMA. And before we get into the AMA,
please tell me you're not ending here
by saying this.
Okay, let's see.
For the deck.
Okay.
two important points. First, with regards to what we're...
Is there a way to see the chat on YouTube, guys? How do I do that? That's what I would like to see. Hold on. Let me maybe turn off vidIQ. I use vidIQ for my videos, obviously. How do I log out of vidIQ? Is it this? No, that's the site. Because you can see it on Twitch VODs really easily. Can you not see that as easily on YouTube? That's the question here. Thing wasn't saved? Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I wanted to give like I wanted to see what people were saying at the time. But I guess that's not a thing. Oh, that's mini player. Was it streamed on YouTube? It was. Yeah, all of them are streamed on YouTube. Uploaded as a VOD, it won't be there. Wait. Maybe it was streamed on Twitch as well. Hold up. Bro, we found it. We found it. Where there's a will, there's a way, guys. Where there's a will, there is a way.
Flanking on each side of the western...
I knew there was something, because they do this live.
These are some of the things that are going to be within the...
Pin on YouTube?
If you
I'll
want
check it
to,
out later.
We'll maybe be offering another option for a beta in the future. But right now, we're focused on Alpha 2 at the moment.
Okay.
We won't be bringing back pre-order packs. We've already said that before. So,
And what we've done here is we've approached it taking a
Trying to
look
get to the
at
same part.
the value of alpha access within the
clarification: if you purchase First Wave, you get...
Okay, so this is where they're explaining stuff. All right, let's see. What is chat saying? Alpha 2 Wave first item. Star Citizen 2.0. Hold on. My fuck. My thingy ran out of battery. Hold on. I gotta replace this. All right. Sorry about that. I'm back. I do apologize. All right. The Alpha 2 is intended to last at least a year. That's what I thought. Yeah. That's why this is a big deal. Yeah, thank you for the welcome back. I knew like I couldn't do this without a mouse, obviously. So yeah, Star Citizen 2.0. They don't want all of you. That's why it costs that much. If you already have an Alpha 2 key, this is not for you. Don't worry about it. No, make them buy it separately, lol. That'd be amazing. $330 to play an Alpha is trash. Okay, so there's someone who thinks they should buy all three. That's not the case. Okay. Paid $135 7 years ago for it. $120 is fair. So this guy thinks it's completely fair. Lewos. If you're broke, just say so. Okay, so people are, very middling. A lot of people are very upset. A lot of people are like, just memeing the people that are upset, which is typical for a very, for an online community like that. 2 weeks time? No, not 2 weeks time. 1 key, thank goodness. Yeah, okay, so this guy's happy as 1 key. Alpha first wave gets you full Alpha 2 access, yes or no? Yes, I think. Yes, I think. Was going to cover all the other ones. Got it. So $110 in wave 1. Okay, so Alpha 1 key does do the rest of them. Typical for the internet? Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yes, you have to buy all key. No, so people are just like misinformationing on purpose almost sometimes. Okay. Let's see. People who still think that. Why so much money? Okay, that someone's upset. What about the betas? Okay, so they're about to find out the bad news bears. It's amazing how people are unable to read. That happens. It's confusing messaging. I actually don't blame the people that are confused. These are going to sell out instantly. I think they're underestimating it. I don't think this is going to sell for $120 the way it is. I don't think there's no shot. I think there's no shot that does that. People are very upset about this. $120 is a lot of money, bro. You can promise all sorts of stuff, then the end product will not be what you expect. Chat is a bit ... What about the beta? Clarify. We don't need to buy the alpha key. Thanks for confirming. Wow. Okay. Let's continue on a bit. $120 to buy your game. LMAO. Oh, chat is so dumb. Does it come with a game copy similar to bundles as before? Oh, that person's not going to be happy. How do I sign up? So I paid $100, $120 for a skin. That makes no sense. Reasonable. Okay, so some people think it's reasonable. Thanks for the great clarification. W Intrepid. Here, we'll at least put on what she's saying in the background. We've already heard this.
The amount of people in beta 1 or
just say you need money.
Similar to this in the
this is why I said what I said, guys. This is why I said what I said. This is absolutely what it is. If Steven Sharif had come to his audience here and said, guys, this game is fucking expensive. This is the biggest MMO of all time. This is a supporter pack, essentially. So if you support the game and you know this will fund the game, yeah, this is going to have a monthly sub like World of Warcraft does. That's the main monetization of the game. And also it's going to have a very only cosmetic cash shop. Only cosmetics. 0 pay to win. That is the release model. I don't know if it has a price to buy the game at launch, like $30, $60. I don't know if there's a essentially what amounts to a box price of the game. Zero clue. Voyager's getting the first wave. I think that's like the early alpha thing. November 8th. Okay, let's see. W Intrepid, stop crying. I was ready to pay $320. Haha. This is a true blue shit eater right here. True blue. True blue shit eater. I think that's crazy, dude. What about the Alpha 2 key I bought way back? This is just asking a question. That makes sense. Will there be a way without DX12 to play the game? Okay, I didn't even hear about that. Okay. You should have made the picture more clear. Completely agree. Scams, W's, mods fumbled, huge W. So it's very middling. Very, very middling. A lot of people are very upset. A lot of people are completely okay.
That's that it will be a key that you purchase for just that.
Yeah, just say you need money. Just be honest.
It's not a code key. It's just access. You're gaining access to.
Oh man, people are going to be pissed about that, bro.
You're giving out to
and as Margaret said at the beginning, like we fully understood and expected that
3 keys OMG, no package is a big deal. Star Citizen 2.0,
access to the game.
WAOC.
And there's not going to be a price that's going to please everybody. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And with
us over 50 understood
that releasing.
That's funny.
Between those two when we think about that from a comparative standpoint.
Okay.
The other thing to note here is that we haven't provided an end date for Alpha 2. I think.
Okay, this is where we are.
Asking about that and want iteration.
So if I want to watch the chat, I have to be out of full screen. Okay.
Ready. So we want to make sure, as you saw in that phase 3 slide.
There's no answer if it's only DX12. By the way,
make sure that we get.
Not that I know.
There's some additional features and systems that we'd also like to get in there for Alpha 2 that are not listed on that page. So we will kind of extend that Alpha 2 for as long as we feel.
This game is taking too long to create.
So you will get
W.
a chunk of time to play the game.
Don't buy it. Don't like it. Sorry, don't like it. Don't buy it.
Obviously, towards the end there, you'll be
2030. People are memeing how long it's taking.
It's going to be very much like Steven said. You're not really playing a game. You're testing it.
There has to be a barrier of entry, chat. You buy in knowing this is testing. This isn't early access or a game launch. Even though it's marketed as such. That's the big problem here.
See more of those intricacies.
I really thought this would be different. This guy's upset.
And so I know the next section we have is the
I would say this is actually like far more 50-50 than I expected. Like I thought this was going to be like mostly negative considering what people were saying on Twitter.
Yes. Before we get into
the theater, it's the bottom left of full screen.
I want to close by saying this for the deck.
Thank you.
2 important points.
That's perfect, Lunatic. First,
with regards to what we're doing with Alpha 2, the testing that it entails, the incomplete status of the game, right? The what we've talked about, this is not a completed game. One thing
this is feeling very heavy scam. And that beta should be included.
Played many different MMOs.
I completely agree. The beta not being included is a huge, gigantic, ridiculous level L. That is an unconscionable level L. The fact that beta is not included is insane. F11 is the hotkey to support it, to change to theater mode. Thank you. Supporting have already vested their money and they're spouting copium. Well, I mean, I mean, to be fair, Will, that is every MMO. Shit, that's every game. Look at my video on Arena Breakout Infinite. I covered that yesterday about like all the shit eaters that were just going crazy about me, skating what pay to win is in that game. People were going crazy, swearing right, left, and sideways it's not pay to win. And they don't understand what basic, definitions are. This is what happens with these online communities. Absolutely. 100%.
As many of you have. It can be difficult to find a community, in my opinion, as genuine as ours and as welcoming
How's
and
it sound? I think it sounds too low.
polite as ours. Not everybody is going to like what we're doing from a gameplay perspective. Not everybody is going to like the visuals of the game. Not everybody is going to like the monetization strategy of selling the keys. Not everybody is going to like cosmetics. Not everybody is going to like PvP. There is a very eclectic crowd.
What is it that little known game called Helldivers 2 said back in the day, guys? Remember? A game for everyone is a game for no one. This is W messaging right here. He should have started with this. This should have been the original part. As soon as he put the prices up for the alpha key, this alpha is not for everyone. This alpha is to help us, produce this game. You are paying us money to continue developing this game. Anyone who's not happy with this, I understand. But this is the price of the game making. This is what it is.
Of MMORPG players.
He should have had this at the beginning.
MMO for everyone. And we know
1% is no one for all. It's not that, though.
There is a specific section of the market share that is going to be interested in Ashes of Creation.
Dude, look, now that he's saying this, look at chat. Look at chat change. Everyone understands this. This is clear. Look at this, guys. Random lottery? Oh, dude, absolutely. He should have had a random lottery from the beginning. Absolutely. He should have led with this. 100%. This is the cost. I understand if you want to have a chance to get in the game, that's why we're having a random lottery. 5% of the testers will be random lottery. This is the link to the random lottery. Everyone will have an equal opportunity chance to get it. Absolutely. I completely agree, Oculation. That would have assuaged so much of the bad feelings. That and this messaging right here. Look, as soon as he's saying this, a game for everyone is a game for no one, and so on and so forth, everyone's going with it. W, base, W, thank you, finally, yes, this. I'm done, signed up, I'm ready, let's do it. Everyone is going crazy with this in a positive way. This is absolutely messaging that people understand. Look at this change. Look at this change, guys. I know my stuff. I know my stuff, guys. I do this for living. I do this for a living.
Who
Elden
are
Ring
not
comes to mind.
Interested
Exactly.
in one of those things comes into our community and says things.
Yeah. Preach
that may
www.
ruffle your
Based.
feathers. I would implore you to continue.
I need to do this more often. Reading chat while you look at like some reaction like this. Dude, I've never done this before. This is like a completely different feel. I love this. I'm able to see what like other people think in, live time. This is crazy. This is actually really fun to see.
The upstanding tradition that our community has had over the course of these last several years and be polite. Give them the proper
You just like this guy because
advice
he
and
has a
direction
beard?
when it comes to how we as other human beings
His
who
beard,
live behind
his
the
beard's not
screen
even like a real beard,
should
man. What do you
interact with each
mean?
other. Right? We are one community. We're a gaming community.
And you can
We
get
are
them to
gamers.
change their mind too, right?
No, yeah. I
That
mean,
is the biggest thing.
I love how she's interrupting with bullshit. And Steven Sharif is like, no, I'm actually being based here. Stop. Let me say my shit, girl.
Yeah,
Like, they could become part of our community if they just understood like where we're coming from too.
Well, that speaks to being a good representative.
If he had started with this, with the, I think the random lottery, by the way, is a huge W idea. Yeah, let him cook, exactly. And like Oculation, you're completely right about the random lottery. I didn't even think of that. Absolutely. That would have given people who can't afford the price, like me, a chance to get in. Like, I can't afford $120. But knowing what I know, knowing how business works, knowing how freaking MMOs work, how the price of MMOs skyrocketed and everything, if he had started with, guys, this is expensive. I don't know if we can make it all the way through with the money we have. And I'm sure that's the reality. Otherwise, they wouldn't have this price point. This is writing on the wall. This is why the price is what it is. But by the way, guys, this is why. But if he had just said it, people would understand. 100%. Be honest with your community always. Why are people pissed about the Arena Breakout Infinite situation with the pay to win? It's because the first iteration of the closed beta for Arena Breakout Infinite had 0 pay to win. Not only that, after that closed beta ended, the CEO of the company that makes Arena Breakout Infinite and other, makers of the game went around to all the content creators, went around to all the content, made videos, this and that, AMAs, question answers, blah, blah, blah. And they stated right, left, and sideways, the game would not have pay to win. If they had been honest, we would have at least understood. But they said it didn't, and it wasn't going to. And then the actual game is, now in like proper early access, and everyone's playing the real version of the game. And guess what? There's pay to win everywhere. We don't like rug pulls. Just be honest with your community. Look, if Arena Breakout Infinite said, hey, we're Tencent, we want your fucking money. This is the monetization for the game. It will be pay to win. Our mobile game is pay to win. This will be pay to win. It is what it is. Don't like it, don't play it. I understand. I would have understood. I wouldn't play the game, but I wouldn't be lambasting them. I wouldn't make multiple videos calling them pieces of shit for reversing their statement, because we don't like the reversal of statements. We don't like the changing. If you message it from the beginning and you're honest, I will at least give you points for being honest. And I won't make a video saying that you're a piece of shit for making a game pay to win, because you already stated it was going to be. And it's clear it was always going to be. But you guys, by you guys, I mean ABI, the makers of ABI, were pretending it wasn't going to be. That was the real bullshit. That was the real bullshit, guys. And same here. This entire thing, oh, we're not selling you access to the game. This is just tested, blah, blah. No, it's a fucking key, dude. Don't insult our intelligence. It's a fucking key. We know what it is. And like, if he had not gone with that, and if they were just honest, no one would be upset. Not no one, but most people would not be upset right now. I think if he said it, sales would increase. Exactly, Lunatic Mag. Everyone passionate about the project that probably can't even afford the $120 right now would try to dig deep and be like, all right, man, we care about this game. You know what? They're being real. I want this game to come out, blah, blah. And then they would pay it. Some of them would even pay it. It would even turn the needle for the people on the fence. Exactly. Completely agreed.
Representative. And again, what I would say is we are one gaming community. We are all gamers together.
Right.
We have different interests, and that's okay. And we have different
This
thoughts,
right
and
here
some
is
of us
W
can be more
messaging.
abrasive than others, and that's okay.
Kingdoms
too.
of Amalur? I never played
But what
that.
I would ask of our community and content creators, help me hit this home too, is that we are inviting of other opinions. We are inviting of other thoughts, and that we don't pounce, we don't attack, and we don't mistreat. We follow that golden rule, and we can be good stewards.
People
of this community
are
and good
very
representatives, like
positive
Margaret
right
said,
now.
and by doing
Very
so,
positive. They're
we will
calling Steve
attract more
handsome.
users to this game. So
All kinds of shit.
please, I would tell you, as my fellow gamers, let us represent the best of us.
And also, if this was the messaging from the start, then you could discuss the nuances and the other major issues. The fact that the alpha access does not give beta access. These real things that are inherently problems with this entire setup. Even like way beyond the price. Everyone's just focused on the price right now. That's it. And they need the price to be what it is. And that's fine. I mean, I don't agree with it, but that's fine. I agree with the reasoning.
Things are likely going to change, and people are not going to like that.
Okay.
And it is important for us not to be white knights, hold us accountable where we need to be held accountable. That's part of the
120 alpha tests not nice.
But
most people are now just saying,
between a developer,
www, blah, blah, blah.
Right? That's an important aspect of that. I don't watch criticisms or videos that talk about, losing trust in Intrepid or delays or problems. This is a marathon, not a race. Is that the right phrasing?
Yeah, I think
this is a marathon, not a sprint. But yeah, no, this is what. Hey guys, we raised millions of dollars already. This is a marathon, not a sprint. We're running out of money. We don't have enough water cups to make it through the marathon. We need more water cups, boys. That's why this is $120. I'm sorry, that's the reality. That's all you have to say. And, deal with the other details as they come, like, beta being included and so on and so forth. That's it.
I think I always get that mixed up. It's like, this is a marathon, not a sprint, or this is a marathon race.
Yeah.
This is a long haul journey.
It is a long
marathon,
haul journey.
not a sprint.
Exactly. Every major game release now is,
this is a marathon, not a
especially
sprint. What does that
MMOs.
mean? That means that we still have a road ahead of us. We still have a lot of things that we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result of that road still being significant, there are going to be changes to what
keep
we
up the
have
good
talked
work
about
and
here
Trapid.
today. And so trust, that relationship of trust,
this is good fun.
is hearing those words as well and having an understanding when those words are spoken, that could be the reality, and let us help set expectations with the broader community about that truth. That is what helps.
And I think on the front of, when you talked about we take criticism. We understand that criticism is an important part of the process. I mean, that's the whole point of feedback loops. And so,
unironically true. They do take criticism. They change their entire combat from Alpha 1 to Alpha 2 because the combat, the game world is beautiful in Alpha 1. Everyone was happy with the movement. Everyone was happy with the crafting, this and that, the nodes, blah, blah, blah. Everyone was happy with all that. The combat was dog shit, apparently. And they called it dog shit, apparently. And as a result, they gave like nuanced answers of why they don't like the combat, this and that, what they don't like about the melee and so on. And they changed everything about the combat. And now the combat for both mage and fighter, at least, and ranger, it looks insane. It's so exciting. They fixed all that shit. It was a huge change. These guys are taking a lot of feedback correctly, and they're really changing major swaths of the games.
Suggestions and understanding
this is true,
and making sure we're all on the same page. I think that it's how you communicate your criticisms, which is the big thing.
Oh, it's how you communicate your message as well.
Constructive ways to do that versus ways that
they should have started
kind
with this.
of vulgar, like Steven said. And I think like finding the balance there is going to be very important because we're all people,
mods were
doing
deleting a
our
lot of
best on our
comments
front to like create a great game, right?
I thought that we come from good people.
We come with good intentions, right? And the worst thing that I always see is like when people say, "Oh, the developers don't care." I will let you know, everyone here at Intrepid cares. It's like so deeply
beyond more, than you could imagine.
And it is
it's like their life
when
for the
we
next
read
10 years.
And it's like,
they absolutely
do. We totally get where that person's coming from, but at the same time,
let Intrepid
we have to adhere to what we can do on our end at the same time. So we try to be as open and communicative with you guys about
Red Hell's
how
with
we're
good
doing
intentions.
things, what we're
Sure.
doing.
But bad intentions will make sure you go to hell.
Understanding of those things
as well.
They may not always be the thing you want.
I understand
it's
that.
kind of making sure that you understand why and how we're doing it.
I'm going to tell you one thing about recruitment at this studio. There is a question that every single person who works here has answered when it comes to an interview that I have with them.
Okay.
What are your favorite MMOs that you've played?
Yeah.
Every single person.
Everyone's a gamer. Everyone's an actual gamer.
And that is why it is so important to us, as Margaret is saying, to deliver on something that we
see. That's my problem. And yeah, everyone's yelling W's. I agree. But they should have led with that. They should have kept that messaging from the beginning and been very, very clear. You guys are all gamers. You know how expensive EverQuest 2 was. You know how expensive Asheron's Call was. You know how expensive EVE Online was. All of these MMOs that are your absolute goats, you know these are expensive. These are the facts. We need the money. That's it. That's all you had to do.
We
And
wanna
if that
play.
takes time, if that takes us
I'm stroking my beard a lot.
doing iterations that we didn't plan
I'm
for,
enjoying
making
this.
changes that we didn't
It's
plan
like
for,
the thinking
that is
beard stroke
something
right
that
here, guys.
we have the luxury of doing because of the unique circumstances of how this studio was founded.
Keep thinking, yeah.
Right? That is
comb my
not
beard with my
typical
nails,
within
is
the
what I do.
industry. I cannot express enough. If you know anyone in this industry,
Hello
and you
Kitty
talk to
Island
them about
Adventure,
the
yeah.
story of
People are just
Intrepid
naming their
and
favorite
what we're
MMOs now.
building, it is very unique.
This is real messaging.
When I go on LinkedIn
this is
and I see
proper
the
messaging
commentary
right
from
here.
people about Intrepid and about Ashes, is it taking a long time to develop?
Fuck
this
yeah, it
game?
is.
What we're doing is special, and it should take a long time to do something special.
I mean,
Right.
you think about most of the MMOs that have been created, like the legacy of MMOs that have been created. Most of them did take 10 to 15 years to create. So keeping that in mind, hopefully we don't have to take that long.
Aren't
but
there private
you
servers
never
of Ultima
know.
Online?
So I think like, and
I
and
think
that
there are,
was,
right?
you know, a different age when like things were a little bit more simpler in the way that content was created. And now it's like people want and expect very intricate systems.
The alpha
with
should not cost
great
that much.
UI,
See, that's
with
fair.
Great
Oh, there
user
are?
input,
Okay, I
right?
thought
Like
so.
it's just a
Thought so.
totally different time. As well as even some of the accessibility features that you need to have these days. It's just a very different development world. that we live
Alienware was
in.
the first
and of course,
MMO?
we're
Wait,
sharing the
what?
journey. Most developers don't do that. They create the game and
There
then
are
they share it with
Toontown
you
Online.
as
Wait,
it's
what?
already
Toontown?
created.
Oh my god,
So they
dude.
and their alphas and betas are more
I
like
even played that
testing
one. That was a
phases that are like, hey, we have a
long
full
time
product.
ago,
Now we're
Oculation.
just showing it to you guys to ensure that we're hitting the
That's
line and we're just
those are
bug
some
fixing,
old
right?
days right
Whereas
there.
we're like, this is a true, you know, prototype alpha phase that you would
It's
expect.
hot off the rack.
You know,
Destroy it. No, just-
we're past that now because we're in alpha 2, but
I know.
yeah, it's kind of the, you know, that type of system where like we're actually showing you what true development
8
looks like
years of
versus,
Alpha 2.
which is behind closed doors normally.
By the
Some of
way,
these
the most
comments are
important thing I
insane,
want to talk about
bro.
real quick, last
Good
point,
chat is
that I saw
insane.
somebody before we go into the AMA, I saw Sinzoa in chat say pay to win garbage is what keeps coming out.
Yeah.
We don't even talk about that anymore because it's just an understood
There's
thing.
Yeah,
no
we're not
pay to
doing
win
pay
in
to
this
The
game.
most important thing is that we don't do any pay to win and we never will.
Yeah.
So that is a very important
And
thing.
he
to
sh-
keep
like
in
I said,
mind.
he should have
know
led
that
with
there are
this.
new
We have zero corporate backing. We're not, you know, funded by Sony. Nothing of the sort. As a result, this is a very expensive process. This is my own real money. This is your guys', you know, Kickstarter money. That's it. That's all we got. Lead with that. Doesn't matter how many keys. People would at least, you know, be totally fine with messaging at that point. Much better than what this was. Much, much better. Okay. Player corruption, dueling, character creator, archetype and game support, studio culture, gameplay loop, live streams, outro. Okay, so I think we're done. I think we're done with this. Guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I think we covered the meat and potatoes of the anger, and I think now people are not angry anymore. So I wanted to cover what people were angry about. Absolutely. I think this was very, very fascinating. And I think this just goes to show how important openness and sincerity is in video games. Why are people not upset? Well, I mean, people are like, you know, a little disappointed, but not actually upset at Larian Studios right now. Larian Studios said, you know, we could have had a DLC for Baldur's Gate 3, but we're not going to. We could have done Baldur's Gate 4, but we're just not going to. And they were very honest. We want to work on other things. We want to create great games that we're passionate about and want to deliver you the crazy amounts of passion we had for Baldur's Gate 3 into another game. So as a result, there will be no DLC for Baldur's Gate 3. There will be no Baldur's Gate 4. no matter how much you guys want it, at least not from us. Everyone online was like, you know what? We don't like it. We're not super happy about it. We definitely wish we could see, you know, the ending of whatever character, blah, 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 you know, see what happens afterwards and so on and so forth. But we get it. And as a result, Larian was very, very on point, on message, and very clear and very open with the realities of their situation. They're like, the next game will take 6 years to develop. We want to make sure it's something that is like super good. The high quality that you guys deserve and you expect from us. And we're going to give you disappointing news now because of it. Absolute based W. I saw W's, I saw base, I saw everyone being super understanding. That is how important it is. You do something like ABI, the maker of Arena Breakout Infinite, doing the exact opposite, fucking around with players. And literally, what is it, like 80% of the content right now, including mine, is talking about how the company that makes that game is complete dog shit. Completely understandable. Because they are. Be honest with your audience always. What do you guys think? Let me know if you guys think of this, the issues with the Alpha 2 roadmap and information. Let me know in the comments below. Tell me what you guys think. Send me your thoughts. And do you guys think Steven Sharif is in the right? Do you think these keys are too expensive, not expensive enough? I doubt everyone will think that. Do you think beta should be included? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Absolutely cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. And I would definitely hope you guys leave a like and a sub if you like, and want to subscribe for more of this content. We cover all kinds of games of every single genre and all the gaming news as well. Thank you so much.